This is an overview presentation of KServeHRMS Employee Self Service version. This presentation will take about 10 minutes. KServeHRMS is a very comprehensive HR and payroll product software covering over 10 modules. The product has been in existence in the market since 2006. This presentation is broken down into 6 parts. As you can see, the first part talks about the product. The second part, employee self-service related features are explained. The third part talks about implementation and how to implement KServeHRMS quickly and easily. The fourth part is all about all the reports and analysis available for use. The fifth part talks about the product itself and how it's been proven and installed in a number of places. And the last part is related to the flexible investment options. We will now go into more details about the product itself and the modules it covers. This gives an overview of all the modules in the product. On the bottom right are the 4 back office modules which run in an integrated manner. It covers the employee database, employee lifecycle management, which tracks all the movements of employees right from joining till separation, leave, time and attendance tracking, and payroll benefits and statutory reports. All these modules are integrated. The modules on the top left are the self-service modules, which means that the employees can directly use the system. So you have employee self-service, employee portal, administration and claims, and performance appraisals. The modules on the top are called reference modules because primarily we find that they change by the processes of different customers. Usually the self-service and the back office modules are common and do not change and are used and configured the same across all companies, while the recruitment, project execution and training modules change depending on your business process. KServeHRMS is defined to be very flexible. It can handle almost any type of organization, from a small 20-man organization or 20-person organization to a large multinational spanning countries. The way the divisions, the subdivisions, the departments, locations, payrolls and other configuration details are flexible so that it can adapt itself to your organization. The employee database is very comprehensive. Over 200 pieces of information about every employee are captured. You can see the details about personal details, positions, responsibilities, skills, previous employment details, travel document details are all stored. In addition, all details about movements of the employee right from joining till separation are automatically updated into the system, making the employee database a very comprehensive and accurate view of all employees in the organization. Employee lifecycle module tracks all movements of the employee right from joining till separation. Job offer before the employee joins, then the actual joining details and induction details, movements like promotions, transfers, increments, separations like resignations, retirements and terminations are all recorded here. The product intrinsically has letters that are automatically generated, and these transactions are online, which means that when, let's say, someone leaves or let's say someone gets a promotion, the impact of this is immediately felt in the next processing payroll. The leave and attendance module is also integrated to the rest of the HR system. One can configure policies that are relevant for your own organization. So you could have leave types and configuration for the rules for these leave type configured. The holidays can be defined. Shifts, if applicable, can be configured. Once these are configured, you could load the actual attendance figures. This could be from spreadsheets. It could be summary or detail values. It can be integrated to biometric systems, or it can be manually entered. The leave can be processed by period, and based on the leave balances, the impact of this can also be update payroll. Leave balances and, if required, loss of pay or earned details can go into payroll. Statutory reports required for leave summary can be extracted from the leave and attendance module. Leave and attendance is also available in self-service mode, which means that employees could raise a request and the workflow approval could be sent to the supervisor or the HR in multiple steps or one step, and based on this the approval is obtained and the leave balance is automatically obtained. The payroll module is very comprehensive, very flexible. It is a rule-based system, which means that you can define exactly what pay elements are applicable for various payrolls in your organization. You can define as many payrolls as you want. You can define pay elements that are flat, calculated based on grade, calculated based on rules, calculated based on work days. Benefits and tax relevant to your country can be modeled and calculated and extracted. Arrears, which means past payments due, can also be modeled in the system. The payroll itself is integrated directly to the HR system, which means that you get an accurate payroll as soon as you change something with respect to movement in the employee movement system. Payroll process itself is intelligent and can detect some of the common errors that people normally make during payroll processing. And the results of the payroll are available in the form of online pay slips, can be sent to the bank, summary reports can be obtained, and benefit related reports which are required for payments can also be taken out. Tax related outputs can also be taken out. Income tax is a very unique module in KServeHRMS. It goes beyond just calculations by also providing employees direct ability to update deductions that are applicable for them and give proof. And based on these deductions, a projected income for the employee is calculated, and the projected tax is also calculated and made available to the employee so that the employee can give more declarations to ensure that the tax is optimized. Apart from this, suitable reports related to filing by quarter or annually is also provided. So the product goes beyond the normal just calculations to ensuring that employees can save tax with respect to their deductions. Employee self-service features are provided especially in the administration module to make sure that the employees don't have to go and visit the supervisor or the HR head or administration head to get approvals. They can just raise the request and make the claim, for example, or ask for a support in infrastructure or participate in a survey. All these things can be done from their own desktop, and approvals can be obtained and results automatically updated. And while the process is going on as a workflow, people are alerted. For example, you make a claim request, automatically the supervisor in the workflow chain will know about it and can approve it. This can be set up by the HR department based on the org structure and the process applicable and automatically executable. Performance appraisal is a very comprehensive module in KServeHRMS. You can define KRAs, KPIs relevant for individual people, set up questionnaires, set up rating mechanisms, and configure your specific appraisal process into the system. And once it is set up, it can be served to employees to enter and automatically routed to supervisors or who's doing the appraisal to give their comments and their ratings, and the result calculations can be obtained. Usually the biggest problem in performance appraisals is to serve it to all employees and follow up and get the results back. This is automated through a workflow process. The payroll or performance appraisal can be configured and can be done as many times as possible in a year, and you can have a different performance appraisal for different departments or different teams if required. We now go into the reference modules. As mentioned earlier, reference modules are those modules that are changed depending on your process, because in our experience we find that these processes are different by different organizations. The first reference module is recruitment, the second is project execution and timesheeting, and the third one is training module. The recruitment module consists of all the processes from the time when a vacancy is identified to when applications are received, and then a database of resumes are maintained. You could search across these resumes, do an evaluation and shortlist, give offers to those who are selected, and then once they join, it automatically gets integrated to the employee lifecycle module. Of course, the processes may be different in different organizations, and we are here and ready to adapt them. Project execution and resource management is primarily meant for those organizations who bill or deploy people to other organizations. So the tracking of their time and the projects they do is crucial. So with this module, you can capture timesheets, capture projects on which people work, and then obtain reports related to the actual work that is billable to customers, time utilization of employees, team utilization, and a lot of other advantageous systems that can be put in place once you have a team that bills customers. Usually the lacuna in most systems is the integration of these billing or timesheet systems to leave and attendance. In KServeHRMS, you have integration of the HRMS to the system, which means that the employee data of whether people have left and joined is automatically included. In addition, the leave details are also considered in calculation of billing utilization. This makes a major difference in the accuracy of the calculations while using this system, and very useful for determining profitability of operations and effectiveness of team. The training module covers the course cycle when training programs can be defined, users can register for training programs, attendance can be tracked, feedback can be obtained, and reports on the training can be tracked. So if you have a large number of training programs being organized in your organization, you could use this module. So that was an overview about all the various modules. We'll now just dwell a little more into the employee self-service features in the product. KServeHRMS has a large number of self-service features in the product. You can see here over 15 of them are mentioned here. Literally almost everything that an employee would need to do to interact with the HR department, the supervisor, and the admin department is covered here, which means that an employee can save, or even the supervisor can save, considerable amount of time every day in administrative and other overhead type work, and that much time saved is that much time available for operational work. Usually such transactions take a lot of time. Just imagine that if for each transaction one saves 10 minutes, one would consider it as a tremendous saving in the productivity of the organization. It literally leads to one extra day of productive time for every person every month, and the value or price for that, if you take the cloud option, is almost the price of a coffee every month. So it's a decision that's quite easy to take to implement KServeHRMS Employee Self Service version. KServeHRMS can be easily implemented. We provide a lot of tools to ensure that you can rapidly implement the product. We have a structured methodology which gives you the best way of executing the product, and this is a sequence normally followed. We first give you a sandbox version which you can then use for training and filling and trying it out. Then we model your organization, then give you spreadsheets to load the data. So once you fill the spreadsheet, it can be loaded automatically and then modeled, and you could do a quick tryout with a small set of data, then train once again on your data, and then go live. This process can be very rapid, and if you have an organization that's ready to use with the data in spreadsheets and a quick readiness to adapt the system, it can be implemented even within a week. But larger organizations and organizations which go through very comprehensive processes to change their system may take longer time. We have a lot of upload utilities and tools to ensure that you can implement the product fairly fast. Employee loading data, payroll data, organization structure data, process data related to workflow can all be loaded into the system. If you want to add additional modules, there are customers who ask us to add a travel module that's unique to their business, or they want to add an integration to some other system, you will find that addition of additional processes or modules to KServeHRMS is inexpensive and rapid. We have a rapid application framework which was used to build the product itself available to extend the product, and so KServeHRMS can flex to add more functionality as time goes by. KServeHRMS has a large number of outputs and reports. These are the various types of reports. Indicators are more summary indicators for periods, role-based dashboards, MIS summary reports. Views are short, quick views of data which can be exported to spreadsheets. Mail notifications which can alert you that you have to do some actions, and drill down to source transactions are all various types of reporting capability provided across the product. Here is a view of the role-based dashboards. This dashboard is different depending on the role that you are in. So what a payroll person sees would be different from what an employee sees, would be different from what a HR executive or a manager sees, and would be different from what the CEO sees. And relevant dashboard indicators are provided for each one of them. Summary reports with graphics are provided at various places. Views and exports are provided in all transactions across the product, and you can see that exports are provided to Excel or spreadsheets, and then you can use that for further getting or modifying reports that are needed. A lot of the workflow processes and relevant processes are mail notification enabled, which means that the relevant user gets an email on their desktop, can click on it, and then go into the system and perform an update directly. You can configure additional mail notifications, or we could do it for you. KServeHRMS has been in the market since 2006. You can see a list of some of the customers who have been using it. There are very small organizations and large organizations using it. Its product is comprehensive, has all the best practices available in the web and cloud, and can be deployed in premise or on the cloud, and now we have a mobile ready version of it also. Here are some customer validation or customer testimonials of the product. Our website has more testimonials from customers. Some recognition that we have received. Why KServeHRMS? Essentially, we give you world-class functionality and completeness of product at an affordable price. As compared to expensive multinational products, we are far more affordable. As opposed to localized products, you'll find that we're much more comprehensive and thorough and complete. You have various options to buy the product and deploy it. You could buy, for example, just the core HR and payroll product, which only consists of the payroll, focused on payroll. You could buy the standard product, which has the HRMS back office modules integrated manner. You could buy the full suite with HRMS and self-service, or you could even go for an enterprise version where you say take the core of the product and then add on specific things which are unique to your organization. This can be deployed in the cloud on a pay-per-use monthly mode, or you can buy the whole product and use it for your own organization on one-time basis and use it with annual maintenance support. So these are the options available. So if you choose the private cloud, you can deploy it on your internal server or your own private cloud. You can develop extensions as required, and updates are installed by us remotely. So it's purchased and used for a lifetime, and you get AMC and annual updates for the system, and we provide consulting and implementation for situations that you need. Usually larger organizations take this route. If you choose the pay-per-use monthly payment or quarterly payment approach, we give you the infrastructure and the application. We manage the application and give you a common version for all customers. This version is usually given for those who do not want to modify the product. We give you world-class infrastructure with good security for access anywhere around the world, as long as you have an internet connections. Upgrades are done automatically, and the low cost per employee is really affordable, and you can take a look at our website to know the prices. KServeHRMS.com. You could go there and you could schedule a demo, and one of our representatives will give you a demo. Or you could go there and sign up for a free trial, and we will give you free access to the software to try and use the system. Thank you very much.